What's up, family? It's none other than your boy JGiddins, the father. As usual, remember to be positive, be optimistic, keep positive people in your circle, as those three things are key to ensuring positivity is invited in your future. Excuse all of what you hear going on because there was a lot going on. That's why I was late for the lecture. A couple people came in early. I told them I was going to go live at 9:30. I know it's 9:45. I tried to make it as close as possible. So one love to everybody who make it in here. For anybody who watching this back, this is titled DNA Declaration of North America because as of January 10th, there was a meeting, a summit that took place, and I want to address that and just kind of go over some things. Hold on, somebody said what's going on with this fuck shit? Big Daddy Chief 999, what you talking about? The Declaration of North America? It is some fuck shit. That's why I wanted to address it. Like, I posted it because I just wanted people to see what was happening, but I started seeing people like give their opinions and perspectives on it when I was looking around, and I wanted to kind of clarify what this, what's going on, right? So for anybody who watching this back, I want to let you know that what we're going to talk about today is what the Declaration of North America is hiding, right? So let me just or what this whole thing is about. Like, this is what you call allegory, okay? And we're gonna go into that in a second, all right? But first, before anything, I'm gonna just get right into it because we don't gotta take all day. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hop on here real quick. Now this meeting, right? This meeting took place, and for anybody who, yes, I got an AC unit in the back. You might see some water bottles. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I grew up in the hood. I live in the projects. I ain't no, you know what I'm saying? I ain't no sweet, nails done, clean. Yes, my hair look a little rough. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you one of them people who, why he look, then go ahead and just do you, baby. You feel me? I ain't one of them. You feel me? So I'm real. Like, I ain't, and I ain't saying that mean you not real if you get your cuticles clean, but I'm just saying, don't ever look at me like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a real one. Like, you know what I'm saying? But look, so they had a meeting between Joe Biden. This is, you said still royalty. Of course, this is what makes me royalty. I'm not sitting in front of no barber getting clippers on my head. Did they have they got clippers in the Cosmos? Let me check. They got clippers in the Cosmos? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. They get haircuts in the Cosmos? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Right. So, but look, so look, there was a meeting right now. I'm just going to briefly overview what happened, right? There was a meeting, and look, y'all can see this. Hold on. Matter of fact, before I jump into this, let me show y'all what it was. Because some people might not know what it was. And you can find this by just typing in. Let me show y'all because I want to show y'all. I got my little one over here resting, y'all. So, and the other two over here, you know what I'm saying? But look, type in Declaration of North America. Oh, no, that's press conference. Hold up. We ain't get there yet. I'm gonna get there because I gotta show y'all some things. But look, Declaration of North America, right? And you want to go to whitehouse.gov. You see? January 10th, 2023, right? All right, for all of my people who joined in, one love to y'all. Shout out to everybody who in here. We about to debunk this. Let me let you know what's going on, because there's a reason this says this. All right, this is not just no acronym. You got to understand what allegory is, and I'm gonna go into that in a second. All right, I read this whole thing. All right, but y'all can read this if you like. You can read it if you like. It explains what it's about. But basically, just so that you can know that I'm not just making shit up. President Manuel Lopez, right? That's the president of Mexico, right? Joe Biden, right? And Justin Trudeau, who's the prime minister of the UK, right? They met in Mexico City for something called the NALS, right? That's the North American Leaders Summit, right? Now, so I just want to show you, I'm not just making this up. It's not something fake called, the Declaration of North America. And this is on the White House's website, right? As a matter of fact, when you go to whitehouse.gov, right, this is how you notice this shit is what they doing, right? When you go to whitehouse.gov, the first thing you see, as soon as you go to the website, on the front of it is a picture of them three. Hold on, where is it at? Oh, it was on there. They changed it. Look, that's not important. Let's get to it, right? So, I want to show y'all, peace and love to everybody. I want to show y'all some clips real quick from the meeting that they had, right? So this was on NBC, CNN, all the major news stations. The one that I saw it on was NBC. I watched the interviews that they had with them, or not the interview, but the meeting, the conference, right? And there's just a couple things. This is how you find it for y'all that want to know, okay? Okay? It was 2 hours, 18 minutes, but you don't gotta look at all of that. Don't worry about all of that, alright? I watched it. So, I'ma just let you know it ain't even worth it to watch the bullshit. You know, hold on, cause I don't wanna give no advertising on my page for nobody. Let me skip past, right? Alright, so this was the summit. Okay? Now I'm gonna turn on the closed captions. Oh, you see my battery about to die. God damn, why didn't I charge this up prior? And look at it on 13%. Alright, I should have charged this up prior. But I'm gonna turn the closed captions on so y'all can see what they saying. There's specific parts. Now y'all can go to this yourself if you want, that I'm gonna bring it to you, but we're gonna take it to 58 minutes, okay? Cause I time stamped the parts that I wanted to address, right? Bear with me, cause a damn ad came on again. Alright? Give me a second. Y'all hear the star seeds in the background, they humming, cause they always hum when they like when something tastes real good to them or they like it, they hum. And that's also metaphysical. That has to do with frequency, because when you go your taste buds vibrate and it makes the atoms send messages better. You know, that vibration sends the messages to your brain better. You know, your taste buds and your tongue communicate specifically with the neurons in your brain to tell you to feel and taste things. This is how they make shit taste good. But we ain't gonna talk about anatomy. We ain't talking about that. I was just saying that real quick. All right, so look. Now, I'm saying this because I want to talk to y'all about the Paris Agreement, and I want to show y'all what this is all about, what this is really all about. Did they just freeze up my tablet? Bro, why my tablet just freeze? Hold on, y'all, hold on. Give me a second. I don't know why, but the tablet froze. Like, the whole thing just froze. Alright, there we go.
No monthly fee. Chime, the #1 most loved
This thing been acting stupid since I've been trying to do this. Okay. Come on. What's going on? What? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I watch YouTube videos sometimes, and there's something about this YouTube video is different. Like, it locks up, it freezes, it closes and don't let you do stuff. It just, you know what I'm saying? The ads will play and then it won't come back. Like, it just does all this weird stuff. And it was doing this while I was watching it earlier too. I was like, bro, what the hell is going on here?
telling you
We're gonna get to it though. Alright, I got it up. Hold on.
in the case of
Let's go back to 58.
First,
Alright, let's go back to 58. Alright?
Deadly fentanyl at the border store. We also talked about that means working together to promote zero emissions vehicles.
Shh, y'all keep it down for me, please, right? I'm gonna tell y'all what he said.
Electric vehicles that are compatible across our international borders. It means exploring shared markets for clean hydrogen. And it means working together to meet our ambitious commitments under the Paris Agreement, including
Okay.
and black carbon.
Okay. Now listen, let me. All right. So let's stop there. Let me help y'all understand something. Now, this whole thing is about what he just said. All of this. Look what he says. Look at it. Look at what he says.
Our international borders. It means exploring
shared markets for
and it means working together
hydrogen.
to meet our ambitious commitments under the
Paris Agreement.
Tackling methane and black carbon.
Okay, alright, so what he's told you so far is that the purpose of this is to make sure that they adhere or stick to the Paris Agreement, right? And the Paris Agreement is about getting hydrogen, methane, and black carbon. For those who don't know what carbon is what you are made of if you are an indigenous one, okay? Carbon is also what coal is made out of. I'm gonna show y'all that in a second. Oh, somebody's calling me, bro. Goddess! Can you answer the phone? Can you answer the... Tim is calling. It's a really annoying time to call. Or you can just call him back. Alright, my apologies, y'all. Let me show y'all something for those who don't know, okay? And we're gonna go back to that video. I just wanted to touch on that because I want y'all to understand that this is all about the Paris Agreement. A lot of people were saying, oh, they're trying to do this and do that, you know what I'm saying? Because they guise it as something different than what it is, okay? Alright, now let's look up Hold on. Let's look up real quick. Right? Hold on. Let's look up DNA. And I did a whole lecture on this for those who want to understand. What's up, Anya Mayat? One love to you guys. I did a whole lecture on this for those who don't know, okay? Let's look at what DNA is, okay? Deoxyribonucleic acid. Y'all know what's up. Watch my lecture on that. I can go over it with you right now, but I ain't gonna waste time on this or waste energy, okay? Now, what is DNA made out of? Carbon, hydrogen, okay? Carbon, hydrogen. These are all minerals, right? And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that in a second. All right. So I just wanted to show anybody who doesn't know. What's wrong, son? What's up? What's up? Okay. So I just wanted to show anybody who didn't know that your DNA is composed of the things that they're saying that they need, right? So now let's go into now y'all heard him say that this is all about the Paris Agreement. This is about sticking to the Paris Agreement. So let's see what the Paris Agreement is for those who don't know, okay? And hold on. Alright, so look. The Paris Agreement, alright? I just want to make sure I'm doing this in a way that everybody can follow. So if anybody watching this back, you can follow, okay? What is the Paris Agreement? And this is from the UN site. The Paris Agreement, because the UN runs all of this. This is what y'all want to understand, by the way. All of this is about the UN, okay? United Nations. The Paris Agreement is a legally binding international treaty on climate change, right? Now, I could show y'all further and we could go into this and I can explain that to you. But just know that the Paris Agreement has several layers, and this is on the United Nations website. Didn't I tell y'all this is the UN? The Paris Agreement has several levels of commitment that they are requiring from countries, right? We could read all of this and I could show you. I read all of it. I already read all of it. But just understand that, matter of fact, okay, here it is. So listen, let me just show you this. Okay, implementation of the Paris Agreement requires economic and social transformation based on the best available science, right? The Paris Agreement works on a 5-year cycle of increasingly ambitious climate action carried out by countries. It's important that I'm reading this, y'all, because I'm going somewhere with this. I want y'all to understand that our planet was conquered and invaded. You have to understand that. All of this will make sense after that, okay? Carried out by countries. By 2020, countries submit their plans for climate action known as nationally determined contributions, right? Now, this is what this is about. So this summit that they're doing, this whole summit was about them submitting what their contributions are to the Paris Agreement, what they're going to do to make sure that they fix this, they stick to this Paris Agreement, right? And the Paris Agreement is what? Is about what? Climate change, right? Greenhouse gas emissions, right? It's about climate change. What did they say it up here? Because I want y'all to see. It's about global warming, and global warming is climate change. For those who don't know, okay? Climate change and global warming are the same thing. The terms are used interchangeably, okay? Because the climate change they're referring to is an increase in temperature, which is global warming, right? But this is all bullshit, by the way. This is all a cover, okay? Give me 1 second. You got it? Okay, alright. I appreciate you guys. Okay. Alright, family. My apologies. Alright, so look. So let's move forward. Let's go back to something else that I wanna move forward. Now, there's some matter of fact, let me show y'all something else before we do this. So you can see this, right? And I'm gonna show y'all what I'm typing in to pull this up. So anybody watching this back, y'all can follow this and y'all can see as well, right? Because climate change is bullshit, right? And I knew this before I even studied it because it doesn't make any sense. Because when you study things like chemistry, things like quantum physics, where you study in atoms and you study chemicals, biochemistry, how these things work, climate change is bullshit. But look, type this in, right? Type in this. Scientist. Hold on. Look, y'all, I'm typing on this damn, I'm typing on this tablet, right? So, excuse me. Scientist says, goodness gracious, global warming. And I could just show y'all the website we about to go to, but I'm showing you this because I want you to see the Google. I want you to see the Google searches that come up, right, is a hoax, right? Now what we're about to find out, look, alright? So when you search that, right, look at this. Many climate change scientists do not agree that global warming is happening, right? Do scientists agree on climate change, right? Look at all of these, right? Okay? Now what we're going to do is specifically go to this website. Look at this. 31,000 scientists say no convincing evidence of global warming. 31,000 scientists reject global warming and say no convincing evidence. This is important. This is the same. Let me tell y'all what this is. This is similar to how I'm telling y'all that we don't have melanin. Remember I told y'all we don't have melanin. Dr. Sebi said we don't have melanin either. But guess what? People don't want to hear that. And we're the minority. Me and Dr. Sebi are the minority. So because people don't want to hear that, they just say, nah, you lying, you don't know what you're talking about. This is what's happening with global warming. This is what's happening with global warming. Now watch. Now we're going to do a little bit of reading, okay? We're going to do a little bit of reading, okay? I'm going to do the reading, but y'all just follow me, and I'm going somewhere with this, because y'all got to understand, this is real deep shit we talking about. We talking about some Mars attacks type shit. I'm explaining to you how, look. Alright, so listen. I'm going to read this. 31,000 scientists reject global warming and say no convincing evidence that humans can or will cause global warming. But polls show that of scientists working in the field of climate science and publishing papers on the topic, 97% of the climate scientists surveyed believe global average temperatures have increased. These words are so small, they bigger on the screen when I'm looking at it, right? So look, I'm not going to read this whole thing. Let me just pinpoint some information that I want y'all to know, right? 31,000 scientists said that this doesn't make any sense. But these scientists are not considered in the field of climate science. Now, who do you think created climate science? And why do you think 97% of them all agree on some basic science that any scientist should be able to figure out? It's not like a person who studies climate science and a person who's a meteorologist and a person who's a biochemist do not possess the ability to understand the way atoms function. Any scientist knows this. But I just want you to understand this, right? So the whole thing about global warming, let's go down further, right? Alright, let's read it, because it's important that we read this, okay? Scientists surveyed believe global average temperatures have increased during the past century, and 97% think human activity is a significant contributing factor in changing global temperatures. So they basically just telling you that 90% of them thinks that. Let's scroll down, okay? Now look, while polls of scientists' activity working, I apologize y'all, because I really wish that you didn't have to like have this keep going in and out of focus like this, but I'll just read it. While polls of scientists' activity, and I can't read it when I'm doing this. All right, so look, I'm gonna look at my screen and read it, okay? All right, hold on. All right. While polls of scientists actively working in the field of climate science indicate strong general agreement that Earth is warming and human activity is a significant factor, 31,000 scientists say there is no convincing evidence that humans can or will cause catastrophic heating of the atmosphere. The claim originates from the Oregon Institute of Science and Medicine, which has an online petition, right here. Y'all can look that up, okay? This is what they sent to the government. Look, we urge the United States government to reject the global warming agreement that was written in Kyoto, Japan in December 1997 and any other similar proposals. The proposed limits on greenhouse gases would harm the environment, hinder the advance of science and technology, and damage the health and welfare of mankind. There is no convincing scientific evidence that human release of carbon dioxide, methane, or other greenhouse gases is causing or will, in the foreseeable future, cause catastrophic heating of the Earth's atmosphere and disruption of the Earth's climate, right? Moreover, there is substantial scientific evidence that increases in atmospheric carbon dioxide produce may beneficial effects upon the natural plant and animal environments of the Earth. So what they're saying is there's substantial evidence that increasing carbon dioxide actually helps the planet rather than hurt it. And this is 31,000 scientists that said this, right? But there's this one group of scientists called climate scientists that 97% of them agree. And that's what the government is going off of. Let's keep going, because we ain't even get there. We ain't even get to, I ain't tied this shit all together yet. I'm just helping you understand so far. All right, now let's move forward. We don't have to know all of that about the petition. There's something else. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me for a second, because there's something else that I wanted to show y'all. All right, hold on. So, all right, hold on. Bear with me. So I want y'all to see a website, okay? I want y'all to see a website, right? And what I'm trying to do is figure out, I'm trying to figure out how I got to it. I think I went to About, right? Alright, so look, when I went to About, because you always want to study, so I wanted to study them and find out who the hell they are, right? And when I studied them, I found out that they were tied to this guy down here, right? Okay? He is a Norwegian Meteorological Institute research and developer, okay? He works in the Department of Model and Climate Analysis, right? So I'm like, okay, who is this guy, right? And then I realized that this guy, I'll save it, family. He has a website called Real Climate. So I was like, okay, let me take a look at this guy and see what's going on. You know, see how much he knows, you know, study him, see where he comes from. Cause he's one who runs a website where he actually has real information. Alright, so let's go to his website, okay? Let me see if I can find a link to it. If not, I'll just type it in. But the website is realclimate.org. And I got to all of this from this page as I was researching. So I know for a fact that it's got to be on this page, but I don't want to waste too much of y'all energy on this live trying to look for the actual link. So I may just go to the page. Yeah, hold on. So I'm gonna just go to it. Alright, so look. I'm gonna type it in, okay? So we're gonna type in, cause his website is Real, and I'm showing y'all this so that y'all can see as well. Come on, bruh. Real Climate. I should do this on the laptop, y'all, but my God has got the laptop. It will make it a lot easier. Realclimate.org, okay? We're gonna go to realclimate.org, okay? Here we go, right? Let's go to realclimate.org. Bear with me. Alright, now there's a specific section I want to show y'all of this. When you go to realclimate.org, right? Now look, the guy who runs this, his name is Mark Ramses, I believe is his name, right? See right here where it says Rasmus, right? Or something else Rasmus, I forgot his name. But he had a guest on here named Mark Richardson, right? I want y'all to see what he said. I'm gonna read this off. Real quick, alright? Serious mistakes found in recent paper by Connolly. And I'm gonna tie this into why this is the same thing that's happening to me when I tell y'all that we don't have melanin. And everybody trying to like discredit what I'm saying and act like they don't want to, you know, pay attention to the science. Because science is science. Now look. Guest post, and I'm reading this just so y'all can know who he is. Guest post by Mark Richardson, who is a research scientist in the aerosol and clouds group at NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory, California Institute of Technology. All opinions are expressed they just basically trying to disassociate himself so they don't come knock his ass off for what he just said. But look, alright. Should scientists choose to believe provably false things? Think about that. Alright, that first statement. Should scientists choose to believe provably false things? It is provably false that the indigenous beings of this planet have melanin. That is false. But people still believe it. Because they want to believe it. Because it's you know, it's the same reason they believe in this. Because it's the popular thing to do. But let's keep going. Alright, should they choose to believe provably false things? Right? Even though that would mean more inclusive debates with a wider range of opinions, or our recent paper, Richard, you know, blah, 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 they basically telling you that this is what was said by this paper, right? So they're saying, should you believe provably false things, even though it would expand our range of opinions and thought if we had the conversation, right? So then he said, instead of repeating errors, they should be acknowledged and corrected so that the debate can focus on areas of legitimate scientific uncertainty. This is exactly what I'm trying to tell people about melanin. It should be examined so that it can be corrected, so that the debate can focus on areas of legitimate scientific uncertainty. Now I'm gonna deviate for a second because listen, the scientific uncertainty that we would have to reference if we thought about the fact that we don't have melanin, we have carbon, would be that we are everything and that we are attached to the cosmos and we come from the universe. That's what the uncertainty that they're covering up with this melanin thing is. And yes, melanin does have a carbon atom inside of its structure, but there's a process called polymerization which takes place during eugenics where you can add that. But look, I'm not even going to talk about that because don't nobody care to know that we don't have melanin. They just want to run with whatever they say. So let's keep on going though. All right, we were responding to Connolly, who suggested that maybe the sun caused most of the warming in recent decades based on simple math mistakes. Y'all see this? They're telling you that the sun caused most of the warming. Now you see why they wouldn't want you to know that? You get what I'm saying? They wouldn't want you to know that. Because if you talk about that, then you have to talk. See, this is showing you. Alright, so look. Hopefully that's enough for y'all. I could go a little bit deeper, but I want you to know. Matter of fact, I want y'all to see. Hold on for a second. Give me 2 seconds. I want y'all to see, because I read all of this, so I should have highlighted or something. I just reading, y'all. My apologies. But there is a specific section where they tell you, look. Should scientists rely on calculations we know are inaccurate? We strongly believe no. Errors should be corrected, in our opinion, right? This is what 31,000 scientists are all agreeing, and these are references that you can use, like how I use Wikipedia, right? You can use these references, research in astronomy and astrophysics. They know what's up. This is why them scientists was chaining themselves to the banks. If y'all watch my lecture that I did, where I explained to you how to unlock your DNA and unlock your genetics and how to unlock hydrogen, and there's a G protein in your DNA that syncs up with guanine, which is one of the nucleotides in your DNA. Right? When I did all of that, I showed y'all that there's scientists that was chaining themselves up to banks and even the White House doors, because they locked them up, of course, and they probably done killed them off by now, but they was doing that because they know what's up and they know that there's a problem headed that they won't talk about. And they're not all right, so look, now that we know what climate change is, and now that we know what the Paris Agreement is, which is all about climate change, and it's basically the UN putting a gun to all of the countries' heads saying, look, y'all better prove to us that y'all doing something about climate change, right? And y'all taking these actions and these steps. Let's get back to that video, because now I want to show y'all something. All right, so let's get back to the video of the conference that took place, which was the DNA, the Declaration of North America. Right? This here. Right? This here BS here. Okay? Come on, come back up now. Don't play with me. Why am I screaming? Come on, bro. Don't play with me. And then y'all took the video away, bro. I just had it up. Hold on, family. Bear with me for a second. Alright. Y'all can find this on the UN, on the White House's website too, wh.gov, but it's just gonna link to this anyway. So alright, hold on, y'all, because I gotta find a specific one. They done lost me in my history. Alright, here we go. Alright. Look, Bill Gates injecting livestock. You know what I'm saying? Alright. Now look. Come on. See what I'm saying? This video, it won't pause. It's just locking my... See how y'all see this? They freeze my shit up. They freeze my tablet up, bro. Come on. And what? Alright, hold on. Bro, and now it's go up. Give me a second, bro, because y'all playing games right now. Hold on. It's like freezing up and shit. Alright, so now that we covered that, right? I got it to stop, y'all. Now that we covered that, right? I'm gonna turn on these closed captions so y'all can see, right? Listen to what they're saying.
That means working together to promote zero emissions vehicles, to build charging stations for electric vehicles that are compatible across our international borders. It means exploring shared markets for clean hydrogen. And it means working together to meet our ambitious commitments under the Paris Agreement, including tackling methane and black carbon.
Alright, now look. Right? Alright. So now listen, the whole purpose of this is a guise. For those who don't know what a guise is, this is a guise. Okay? This is a guise. Alright? Now I'm gonna go on to something else, but I just want my people out there who don't know what a guise is, also known as a ruse, right? I could tell you, but I want you to see, because when them words hit different when you see it. Them words hit different when you see it, boy. I'm telling you, they do. What is a guise? An external form, appearance, or manner of presentation, typically concealing the true nature of something. This is a guise. Okay? This is a guise. These words are important. This is a guise. They don't create these words for no reason. This is a guise. And DNA, which is the what? Declaration of North America, is what you call allegory. Okay? We going somewhere with this, y'all. Bear with me for a second, right? Because I want to show y'all something real quick. Allegory. What is allegory? A story, poem, or picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden meaning, typically a moral, political one. Y'all follow? This is allegory. Allegory was created by this guy named Ignatius, right? This book called The Pilgrim's Progress, right? And I'm only showing you this to show you this is tied into religion. This is tied into all of that. This book called Pilgrim's Progress, I could show y'all this, but I just want you to know it's from a dude named Ignatius. Matter of fact, everybody in here probably care about what I'm talking about or you wouldn't be here. So let me show you. Let me show you real quick. Pilgrim's Progress. And this is the reason we're doing this, by the way. We're not off topic. The reason we're doing this is because this is showing you the link between allegory and your leaders. So you understand this, okay? Now, the Pilgrim's Progress from this world, right, to which coming 1678, is a Christian allegory written by John Bunyan, right? You want to understand that. This is allegory, okay? We don't gotta listen. We don't gotta go into all of this. I just want y'all to understand that I'm not just making some a word up when I say allegory. They created that word for a reason. Every word has a purpose. You have to understand that, right? So, and this is why we do etymology, which we could go into all of that. All right. So now we're gonna go. So that was at 58 seconds for anybody who want to watch this back. This is NBC's put up on the day. This was live on the day they did this, right? So now what I want to do is go to an hour and 20 seconds, and I want to break down for you what, hold on, listen, this is, hold on. Give me a second. Now, hold on. This is twofold, right? Because this is twofold, right? We're going to get a little laugh real quick, right? Because this reporter, right? And mind you, all of this is scripted, y'all. You got to know all of this is scripted, first of all, because he's looking down reading. And then on top of that, the person who asked him a question is from the U.S. press secretary, or she's like, not secretary, but she's a U.S. reporter. So he knew her by name. Her name is Colleen something. So you already know, he already knew what was up. The president don't know your name by name if they, you know what I'm saying? They don't know you by name like that. But listen, she's going to ask him two questions. I want y'all to see what the question is and see how he answers. Hold on.
President of the United States of America? Yes. We'll take a question from a journalist, a reporter from the United States, please.
All right. I was having trouble hearing, but I'd like to call on Associated Press Colleen Long.
Right. Now, how do you get questioned, right? When we question these leaders, we're supposed to be questioning them because we want the facts, we want the truth, we want to ask them what's going on. How do you call on a specific Associated Press member? And y'all know who the Associated Press is, right? They are government contracted reporters, right? He called on her to ask him a question. Now, the question she gonna ask him is about those documents. If y'all don't know, there was some documents that was found in Biden's, we don't even need to talk about it because it's all a cover up anyway. It's all just to keep people from knowing what's going on our planet. But I just want to show you what's going on for anybody who's watching this.
Mr. President,
So let me get to the skinny.
Documents ended up in one of your offices, and should the public have been notified sooner? For Prime Minister Trudeau.
Alright, so she's going through all the questions that she have to ask everybody, because she's asking all three of them a question. I want y'all to see that basically what I want you to see from this is what the United States role is and what's about to happen. And it really is to provide financial support. Right.
President, I said, Professor at Penn. They found some documents in a box, locked cabinet. Or at least
First of all, look, let me tell y'all what happened, and y'all can research this, right? Joe Biden, they found some documents, some classified documents that had information about stuff that was illegal that he should not have had. Like, it was illegal for him to have any of those documents. Clearly. Look how he answered the question she asked him. She asked him, "Can you tell us what about that?" Look how he answered. He answered her like a pimp talking to his hoe. Listen.
secure office at the Capitol when I...
What do you want from the U.S. in return?
First, let me get rid of it.
Hold on, let me turn it this way, y'all, because I want y'all to be able to see the closed caption better. Hold on. All right, let's turn it this way. All right.
Easy one first. People know I take classified documents, classified information seriously. When my lawyers were clearing out my office at the University of Pennsylvania, they set up an office for me, a secure office in the Capitol. When I, 4 years after being vice president, I was a professor at Penn. They found some documents in a box, locked cabinet, or at least a closet. And as soon as they did, they realized there were several classified documents in that box. And they did what they should have done. They immediately called the archives. Turned them over to the archives, and I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office. But I don't know what's in the documents. My lawyers have not suggested I ask what documents they were. I've turned over the boxes. They've turned over the boxes to the archives, and we're cooperating fully with the review, which I hope will be finished soon, and will be more detailed at that time.
Alright, so I just wanted y'all to see that was a stupid ass response. That was a stupid ass response to somebody telling you that there was illegal documents found. He's saying, well, they found the box and they found the stuff and they turned it over and, hopefully this just all goes away. My lawyer said, what I'm saying? He didn't see. But anyway, alright, now let's get to the nitty gritty. The second question she asked him. Look, the first question I forgot. He gonna say he's joking though, but.
First question
I asked if
I'm only joking. The answer is...
He claimed he joking.
The answer is you've got both extremes are wrong. It's a basic middle ground.
Alright, so real quick, the question, he said both extremes are wrong. The question that she asked him was, and she set him up a softball just so he could talk. And we about to tie this all together, y'all, okay? Don't think I'm just bullshitting you. I gotta let you get the context. So basically she asked him, what are you gonna, people are saying that you're too soft on border control. Do you think that you should be harder? What do you think about that? And he basically is saying that both extremes are wrong. You shouldn't be too hard or you shouldn't be too soft. But basically he's just explaining in terms of the Paris Agreement what he's going to be doing to help with the Paris Agreement. And it's basically giving money. But listen to him.
Proposition as was mentioned...
And he's reading, by the way.
One way or another, this has been the greatest migration in human history around the world, as well as in this hemisphere. And when I got elected, the first major piece of legislation I introduced was to reform the immigration process to make it more orderly, to make sure people have access under the law.
Come on.
And so what we found out, not just
I know, y'all.
El Paso,
It's hard watching him, I know.
is that
Give me a second.
our Republican friends
We try fast forward.
the process completely. And so number one,
Oh my goodness, bro. So you see when he said number one, right? He's listing what they're gonna do.
right now, a majority of our migrant...
Turned off the closed captions. Hold on, y'all.
Right now, a majority of our migrants are coming from 4 countries.
Why is my screen? Bro, my lap is... Hold on, bro. It's frozen again.
And we're expanding a very successful
What is...
parole
Bruh, stop it. What? Yo, y'all are really playing. Give me a second. This is highly annoying, bro. What the fuck? Look at my screen, y'all. Look at this. It's black. Like, and they changed my video. Like, it's a whole different video, bro. What is going on right now? Give me a second, family. This motherfucker get a mind of its own when you start doing a live. I'm telling you. Oh my goodness. Like, all right, listen. I'm not even going to look. Cause we gonna be all day. Listen, what he said was that he's gonna provide financial support, millions of dollars, okay? And he basically was saying, look, I'm willing to give up all this money. And I wanted y'all to see that because I want you to hear him saying that he's gonna give up all this money as our country is going through hella shit involving money. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's no problem for him to come up with all these millions though to do this. Because he got to though. You know what I'm saying? He got to. Alright? So then I want to show y'all what Justin Trudeau's part is, right? What he said he's gonna do, right? And I want to show y'all, and then I'm gonna be able to just tell y'all what I want to tell y'all. Alright? Because what I really want to tell you, I could have just started out the video and told you, but I wanted to piece together some things for you first.
How will Mexico be
Okay?
prepared to receive?
Now,
That's why
alright, now look. This is Justin Trudeau talking.
in regards to the continental supply chain, that was at the center of our conversations throughout this North American.
Now I believe it's at like 133 that I want y'all to start.
We already work extraordinarily well together with NAFTA.
133.
So much more we can be doing at a time where supply chains around the world are
Alright.
increasing stress and significant.
Listen to this.
Actors around
Peace
the world
reflection.
are becoming less
Listen to this.
as partners and less desirable
Watch
as
this.
partners in building the technologies and the energy futures we want.
Come on.
That's why I brought up a few examples of it. Our critical minerals approach, a strategy we just released a few.
Y'all heard what he said? Critical minerals approach. Critical minerals approach. Listen to this.
Weeks ago, is focused not just on mining the critical minerals that Canada has, that North America and the world needs in responsible environmental partnership.
Y'all hear that?
That's why I brought up a few examples of it. Our critical minerals approach, a strategy that we just released a few weeks ago, is focused not just on mining the critical minerals that Canada has, that North America and the world needs in responsible environmental partnership with Indigenous peoples.
Y'all see that?
Right way.
Indigenous peoples. I want y'all to focus on this. I want y'all to focus on
Approach, a strategy that we just
minerals,
weeks ago,
critical
is
minerals,
not just on
mining,
minerals
critical minerals,
North America and the world needs in responsible environmental
critical minerals,
partnership with Indigenous
and indigenous people.
doing it the right way. But
Now listen what he said.
the development, the process
Partnership, look,
in responsible environmental partnership with Indigenous peoples, doing it the right way. But also the development, the processing, the transforming into batteries, the transforming.
okay, alright. So listen. So now let me just say what I want to say, alright? So look, this is all a bullshit cover up to extract resources from the planet under the guise of something else. That's what this is. And see, if you don't understand that this planet was conquered and being drained of its resources, you don't understand that. Now, if somebody was to want, let's say you had in your basement a bunch of gold, or you had a bunch of stuff that they want in your basement. If they just come in your house and go in your basement and start taking shit, that's going to be concerning to you. But if they can give you a reason that they're doing it, then you like, okay, let's say they say, we got to fix the pipes in your basement because such and such and such. So now they running lines to your basement. You like, oh, okay, they fixing the pipes. But the whole time they down there just taking shit. And you not even thinking because you like, oh no, they fixing my pipes. AKA they addressing climate change. You know what I'm saying? Now the reason that climate change is being used, right? The reason that climate change is being used is because it allows them to directly target the specific minerals that they want to take. Because the climate scientists, right, 97% of climate scientists say that they're right about climate change and global warming, which is a hoax. And then 31,000 other scientists from all different fields say, what the hell are y'all talking about? The only people saying that are climate scientists. And who you think climate scientists work for? Who you think is funding climate scientists? Right. So this is what you got to understand. So the U.S. this is a trio that we got going on here. We just three stooges we got going on here. The U.S. is providing money, funding, right? Justin Trudeau is digging, mining, coming up with ways to mine, just dig, take all the minerals. And the guys for them taking the minerals is electric cars, because electric cars need what? Carbon and all of these things to make the chargers, the electric chargers and all these things. They need these minerals that they can take. So this is the reason to take the minerals, right? And then what is Mexico's role? Y'all want to know what Mexico's role is? Let's see if they'll let me show you without freezing up my goddamn tablet. Hold on. Cause his I wrote down was at 149. Right? Now he has an interpreter. But just you'll still be able to see it turned on you'll still be able to see it. Let me just tell y'all, his job is reforestation. So he's gonna be tackling the forest, destroying forests and shit like that, right? Look. What is going on? What is this? Why is it stuck on the hold on. It's like the ad got froze on my screen. Like, why is the ad froze? I already skipped the ad. Like, what is... Skip? I skipped it. What are you... It's locked up. Look, y'all. Look, like it's really locked up on my screen. You see this? It's really locked up on my screen. This is the ad. The ad went away. I hit skip ad. It went away. Now I can't press nothing. I can't do nothing. You see it come down at the bottom, but nothing else is working. Like, bruh, what is... Whatever. There's a section where the Mexico's president, Manuel Lopez or whatever, was talking about how basically he's gonna commit to reforestation, right? Reforestation and helping out the forest, right? And if y'all don't know, they tearing down the whole Amazon forest right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? They going through that motherfucker, tearing it down. They even saying that they finding lost cities within the Amazon forest because they haven't even touched the whole Amazon forest yet because there's so much for them to conquer. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the whole purpose of this, you know what I'm saying? This, let me pull it back up so I can just leave that up while I'm talking, right? The whole purpose of this, this declaration of, bro, are you gonna, hold on, okay? Alright, the whole purpose of this, my tablet is just moving dumb slow. Okay, not press conference. Why you keep pulling up press conference? I must have searched that earlier and now it's just gonna come up every time. Alright, so whitehouse.gov. Y'all can go here. You can also go to the UN's website and read up some of the stuff you see there. Oh my goodness, bro. Y'all think they, I mean, yo, be real with yourself. You gotta be real with yourself, okay? Be real with yourself. Y'all think they chose this by accident? Do you really think they did that? You know what I'm saying? Like, keep it 100 with yourself. Hold on. Because I want to turn this up and down so I can see it longer. Okay? Be 100 with yourself. Do you think they did this? You think they didn't do this on purpose? This is an allegory. This is communicating to each other that they are in commitment to do what they got to do to stop DNA from connecting, right? Because your DNA connects through what? For those who don't know, right? And I'll show y'all briefly real quick if you want me to, right? How many people want me to? Listen, drop a 9 because I got 10 people in here. Drop a 9 if you want me to show you what they trying to stop. And if not, I'll just leave it at this and just say, you know, hey, this is what I wanted to show y'all what this really is. So don't think that it's what they saying, which is, all this other BS, all these cute words. Don't pay none of these cute words no mind. You know what I'm saying? This is not what this is. Okay. So all right. So I got at least 4 or 5 9. So we great. I'm going to show y'all real quick. Let me show you real quick. And I got a whole lecture where I broke this down, but I'm gonna just real quick show you something, right? Let me show you real quick. Okay? What's up, Janelle? Gotta love the goddess Janelle. Alright. So in your DNA, right? This right here, each one of these. Okay, let me see if I can make this bigger for you. Alright, if I can make this bigger. Come on, get bigger. Alright, now, each one of these, this is a diagram showing you, yep, okay, Quan already knows, right? Alright, now, he put 6 9s. Right, these right here, these little, see if I can make this bigger. These little nodes right here, these are hydrogen links. Come on, baby. Right? These are hydrogen links. Okay? This is what they mean when you say you can't access all of your DNA. These are hydrogen links, right? Now, DNA is composed of something called nucleotides or nucleoside, right? Okay? Now, nucleotides are composed of GUACT, okay? That's guanine, thymine, adenine, cytosine. Alright, now there's another one called uracil, but that's only in RNA. Alright, so we're not going to cover that. Cause thymine converts to uracil when you're talking about RNA. But we're not going into that. I just want to show y'all something real quick. Alright, now, in your, okay, look, guanine, right, here they go, right, because you got, and this is the other one, remember I told you uracil, there we go, right, just so y'all see, because I don't want people to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Uracil is one of the 4 nucleobases in the nucleic acid, right? The others are adenine, cytosine, guanine, right? So this is what uracil is. You can look into it, but it replaces thymine, like I told y'all, okay? I know what I'm talking about. If you don't think I know what I'm talking about, then go to school. Go to school so they can tell you the truth. Anywho, let's move forward. So guanine, right? What does guanine do? Because I want y'all to know what guanine do, so I ain't just talking over your head. Because I don't do that talking over your head shit. Alright, now guanine is one of the 4 main nucleobases, okay? Found in the nucleic acids, DNA and RNA, right? Now what does it do? Okay? Now listen, this right here, chino, right? That's how I remember formulas. I make little sounds. But this is the same chemical formula for serotonin, which makes you happy. That's carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and oxygen. But anywho, and this is why that's the only thing you need. See, y'all remember the phrase, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? An apple is molecularly composed of CHO, which is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay? Now look. Alright, now guanine, along with adenine and cytosine, is present in the DNA and RNA, right? I want to see if I can get to specifically. It binds to cytosine through what? Hydrogen bonds, okay? Now, what does cytosine do? I'm not going to go into all of that because it'll take a long time. Just know that this is the key. This bonds to cytosine. Cytosine helps adenine. Adenine gives you power and energy. This is how the Hulk gets his power, right? Because adenine produces something called adenosine, for those who may or may not know, right? And I just want to show y'all real quick what adenosine is so you can know what I'm talking about. See if it shows you here that it can converts into something called adenosine. They not showing it here. Y'all can watch my DNA lecture. Or wait, I guess it wouldn't be fair for me not to go into it. Y'all did say you want to see it, so hold on real quick. Let me just show you this real quick. It ain't gonna be long, y'all. Alright, so look. Adenine, right, produces something called adenosine triphosphate, also known as ATP, okay? This ATP communicates energy to your blood. This is how you get energy. It's an organic compound that provides energy to drive many processes in living cells. This is the key to you getting fucking 50 times stronger than you are. Alright, now look, so let's go. So now there's something there's something that exists inside you called, this is where we about to get freaky, alright? This is where we get freaky, y'all. Get freaky, y'all. Hey, get freaky. Anybody from Baltimore know what I'm talking about? Freaky, deaky. Alright, so look, my apologies, y'all. I ain't mean to go into that. See? And this is going a little bit deeper. This is going deeper. I ain't gonna go into all of that. I just want y'all to see what the G protein is. See? I made a mistake and clicked on that. I ain't want to go that deep. See, there's a receptor. There's a whole lot. We could do a whole lecture on G protein, but we ain't gonna go into that. We ain't gonna go into that. But look, alright. So what are G protein? Son, can you turn that down, please? Turn that down a tad bit for me, please. Turn it down. Bear with me, y'all. Hold on. Bear with me for a second, because my son got the tablet loud. Alright, you got it? You can turn it up a tad bit, son. I don't want you to have to not hear, but just give me a minute, okay? I'm gonna be jumping off in a moment, okay? Love you. Okay. He over there watching Paw Patrol or something. What you watching? He don't know. Alright, look. So let's get into it. Alright? Now, what is protein G? Now, for those who don't know what a protein is a group of macromolecules, also referred to as amino acids or polypeptides. It's basically genetic instructions, okay? So, look, see, it's in the family of proteins. Anytime you're talking about protein, you're talking about genetic instructions. This is where the phrase, you are what you eat, come from. So when you eating meat, you are animal. That's why when you arguing with somebody who eat a bunch of meat, they gonna want to fight real fast. You can't sit there and argue with a bull, can you? Right? And what's cow meat? That's a bull. A cow is a bull. It's a female bull, right? And they put all kind of chemicals in these cows to make them aggressive, and then they kill them, and then they do things that when they slaughtering them to make their blood produce this thing called adrenochrome, which is what you eating when you eating them, and that gets in your blood. So this is the science behind why somebody who eats meat is a lot more likely to not be able to think clearly and just get angry all the time. Like, as soon as you try to talk to them, they just want to fight. But anyway, my apologies, because we going way off topic from DNA. Well, technically this is DNA lecture, but you know what I'm saying? This is the declaration. So anyway, look, G proteins, also known as guanine nucleotide binding proteins, are a family of proteins that act as molecular switches inside cells and are involved in transmitting signals from a variety of stimuli outside a cell to its interior. Their activity is regulated by factors that control their ability to bind to and hydrolyze guanosine triphosphate. Okay? Now, lyse, right, comes from the term lysis, right, which comes from Greek, which means to divide. Hydro means water. Okay? So what this means is to divide water. So when you're talking about the process of hydrolysis or hydrolyzation, you're talking about dividing water, and water is hydrogen. So you're talking about dividing hydrogen bonds, water bonds, right? You're talking about what? Bonding hydrogen. That's what you're talking about. Okay? So you hydrolyze guanosine triphosphate to guanosine diphosphate, right? And this I'm not going to go into what all of those is. Just know when they are bound to GTP, they are on, and when they are bound to GDP, they are off, right? So basically, like, G proteins belong to a larger group of enzyme called GT pases, right? You can look into this a little bit deeper, right? But what I want you to know is that this has to do with the sun. This has to do with the sun. And this has to do with your ability to receive the sun's signals, right? And this is why this is locked. And this is why you need to stop eating meat. Look at this. What did I tell y'all about the hawk? Hold on. Ah, boy, we ain't even gotta go into it. Listen, we ain't even gotta go into it. Just know that all of this is about you, carbonated being, okay? All of this is about you and making sure that your ass, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand, if you were on a planet, look, they about to cut my live. Look, I only got 10 seconds left. Look, if you was on a planet where there was something killing you and only other people could survive that's on the planet, you would be doing the same thing, okay? So get your mind in that mind frame and you'll understand what's going on. As usual, remember to be positive, optimistic, keep positive people in your circle, baby. It's your boy JGiddins out. I love y'all.